Yep, yep. You already know who it is. You already know who it is, man. King Ade with the Wizards Review. And you already know, man. You already know what time it is tonight. You know what I mean? Oh, man. I felt like I wasn't ever going to come back on here and talk about a win. You know what I'm saying? The way things have been going recently. You know what I mean? But we got the win tonight, y'all. Not only that, we got the win against the Brooklyn Nets for the second time this season. You know what I mean? So it's a great win, great game. We're just going to get right into it, man. So you know how I do, man. If we got a win, I start with what I didn't like and I end with what I did like. If we lost the game, I start with what I did like and I end with what I didn't like. And finally, I can start with what I didn't like. You know what I mean? So let's just go there. Number one thing, man, and it's something that, we've been struggling with the whole season and it hasn't changed yet. But our three-point defense is still atrocious. You know what I mean? Even though we got the win, oh man, we gave up so many threes tonight. You know what I mean? And especially on Joe Harris. They didn't have Harden playing tonight. They didn't have a big, one of their big three. But Joe Harris looked like a big three the way he was shooting tonight. So we really got to tighten that up, man. Our rebounding is still a little, not even a little suspect. It's just suspect. You know what I mean? We still got to get on the boards. However, we did have more energy tonight. You know what I mean? We rebounded better than usual, but there were still times where we didn't close out the possession. So we definitely got to do better with that. Bertans, man. He hit a couple of threes tonight, but overall he struggled tonight. You know what I mean? He really struggled. He missed a lot of threes. And these threes, I was mad at him earlier in the season because he was taking forced threes, you know what I mean, and missing them. You know what I mean? I'm like, he got to shoot within the offense, have a rhythm, shoot with rhythm, you know what I mean? But this game, he had good looks, rhythm looks, and he still was missing. Man, listen, if he's not going to hit threes, he's not a rebounder like that. He doesn't play D like that. I saw him drive to the hole today and get a bucket on the drive. And he has to do that more. They think they're going to try to close out on him. So he has to know that, and he has to go to the basket more. Go to the hole more. You know what I mean? But if he's not hitting threes, he's kind of like useless on the floor at times. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But he didn't look good tonight. Rui, he looked a little rusty, especially in the first half. You know what I mean? He still looks like he's getting his legs back. He looked a little rusty, but he did play key minutes, especially he played decent defense against Kevin Durant. You know what I mean? He didn't stop KD, you know what I mean? But it's definitely good to know that we have a player that, because I've been hearing, people trying to compare Rui to Kawhi Leonard. And, I could see why people would say that, but I wouldn't say nothing like that. You know what I mean? Not right now. He got a lot of work to do for his name to even be mentioned in the same sentence with Kawhi Leonard. But I understand why people do bring him up as a comparison. You know what I mean? So he definitely played some good minutes against KD, but overall he was rusty. He got a couple of boards. He gave good minutes when need be. You know what I mean? And he's only going to get better. So I'm not going to come at him too hard because he did give us some good minutes. And then Denny out there, man. Denny, he looked like a rookie. He looked like a rookie tonight, especially on defense. A lot of rotations were not being closed out because of him. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those threes that they were hitting, he wasn't aware of what was going on. You know what I mean? But again, he's a rookie. I guess we got to give him some experience because I do see the potential in him, but he has to play a little more tougher too. I just think that him playing in the league, he's playing against grown men, grown, like, this not European. This not a Euro League. You know what I mean? This the NBA. You know what I mean? The best of the best. And I just look at him on the floor at times, and he just looks timid. You know what I mean? He just looks timid. He defers. You know what I mean? I just think with time, he's going to get his confidence up, and that's not going to be a problem. So again, I'm not going to go at him because we got the win. You know what I mean? So, and then Brooks did what he had to do. So with that, those are all the things I didn't like of the game, honestly. You know what I mean? Those are all the things I didn't like. So with that, let's just go to what I did like, because there was a lot I liked tonight. There's a lot I liked tonight. And before I even go into it, I have to start with this, man. I really do. Russell Westbrook, I apologize, man. I apologize for forgetting who you were, dog. I apologize for forgetting who you were. And I know there's a lot of Wizards fans that have to say the same thing. You know what I mean? Now, we do got to see it more often. We got to see it more often. But, you know, I was thinking, you know, and Brooks saying he's hurt and, you know, he's not 100. I was just thinking those was excuses. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I apologize, Russ, man. You must have really been hurt, man, because tonight, that's Russ. When we played the Rockets the other night, and I was going on my rant saying at that moment, John Wall is a better player than Russell Westbrook. And I'm going to stand by that for that night, because at that night, John Wall was a better player than Russell Westbrook. But ever since that night, and I think it was after, and, you know, Drew couldn't say it on a telecast, man, but I think after that exchange with Wall and Westbrook, you know what I mean? I just know it just seems like Westbrook just fueled him, you know what I mean? And knowing the type of dude we watched John Wall for almost a decade play in a Wizards uniform. So we already know what he about. We know the type of stuff he would say out his mouth. So I know he was talking slick to him. Oh, they traded me for you. You know what I mean? Shit like that. And Westbrook probably took that to heart. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, he's playing KD tonight, man. And yo, every time KD is near the hoop on D, yo, Westbrook does not hesitate to go right at him. It be so thorough the way he be going at him. Like, you know it's with a vengeance and you know it's personal. You know what I mean? Like, you watch that and you know it's personal, man. So those two things combined, but he was starting to show signs last game. You know what I mean? He played his best game last game until this game. You know what I mean? So he's getting back into form. But, man, tonight, man, Russell Westbrook, he was an MVP tonight, man. Yo, if he plays like that, oh, man, if he continues to play like that, man, we already know, man. He looks right. He looks right, man. You know what I mean? So with that, man, again, we got to go to the next. Mr. Consistency. You know, Bradley Beal. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. He dropped a 37. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even the leader scorer and he dropped 37. You know what I mean? So he's just consistent, man. It's consistent, man. 15 straight games to start the season with 25 points or more, man. Oh, my love, that is consistency, man. That's consistency, yo. So I really like the way that Westbrook and Beal played tonight, man. I really did. I really did, man. What else did I like, man? Man, we just look like a complete team. And, yo, you know, I'm not going to apologize to Brooks as hard as I'm apologizing to Westbrook tonight, but I gotta give him, I do have to maybe apologize a little bit, maybe, because there was a lot of the previous games, you know what I mean? There was just a lot of garbage. We was just looking trash, and I was coming for him. But maybe it was really just we didn't have players. And I was saying that in the videos. I was saying, giving that disclaimer, like, we didn't have our players before I went on my rant. I would always say that. You know what I'm saying? But we look like a complete team tonight, man. We look like a team that can compete with anybody tonight, man. And we had all our players for the most part, man. Our team, except Neto, you know what I mean? And I like it showed our depth because players that were playing in the last few games, like Bonga, Robinson, you know what I mean? Those type players, they ain't play tonight, man. They ain't play tonight. So it just showed that we were lacking depth. And Ish Smith, man, Ish Smith. Yo, he was the biggest, out of all the people that were missing, that haven't played the last few games, in my opinion, Ish Smith was the biggest loss that we had. You know what I mean? Like, you really, really kind of forgot about Ish Smith. Kind of, you know what I mean? Even though we realized how much we missed him, it's kind of like we were so angry at what was going on that we didn't realize how much Ish Smith meant to what we were trying to do, because he is a perfect backup point guard, man. His handles is off the chain. He can hit the three. You know what I'm saying? He just brings energy off the bench, man, and I really like that. And tonight he played well for his first game back, yo. He balled out. It was his best game of the season. So I definitely like that, man. And speaking of Brooks, man, I gotta give Brooks props, man. At the beginning, he coached tonight, man. He coached tonight. Like, he really coached tonight, man. He didn't have any patience for any players that was messing up on the court tonight, man. He took them right out of there. He took him right out of there. First quarter, he called 3 timeouts. Yo, I don't like what's going on. He sent a message, man, and I really like Brooks. That's what we need from you, dog. That's what we need. You gotta, if you see it's not going right, timeout. Timeout. Get him out of there. There was no hesitation tonight with Brooks, man. I think a lot of it was because he had his complement of players, man. So I got to give Brooks props for that, man, because he definitely coached tonight. He made adjustments tonight. He pulled players out, put players in. He found the right combination. I really like what he did tonight, man. And one of the pivotal points in the game, man, second quarter, it was the second quarter. He set Beal, and Beal didn't play for a good stretch, yo. He had Westbrook out there and then a lot of the other players, but Beal didn't play for a long stretch, and the Wizards balled, man. It was like Brooks was trying to let them know, y'all got to learn how to play without Beal on the floor. Y'all got to learn how to go back to playing basketball instead of just deferring to Beal all the time. That's what I feel like Brooks did, man. I think he did a genius move tonight with that sequence during the game. Just not having Beal play and forcing the team to play team ball, remembering the things they practice. You know what I mean? I think he was just like, I got to do this. It's a big risk. We're down. You know what I'm saying? But right now, man, this team has to remember how to play good basketball, man. And I think that sequence was really a key to our win tonight, man. It was gutsy, but it had to be done. Like I said, him calling those timeouts, him not having patience with players that's not rotating, not doing what they got to do, just subbing. He coached tonight, man. That's all we've been asking all season. Like, Brooks, you got it in you. You showed it tonight. Just coach. You got a deep team. We got a deep team. Players that have been playing for the last few games did not play tonight, and we had players going in and out. So that just shows you that we have a deep team. So, Brooks, I really got to give you props for how you did handled the rotation tonight. I definitely like that. I mentioned the second quarter. And, oh, man, Wagner, man. We got to talk about Mo Wagner, man. He brought so much energy tonight, man. He brought so much energy. He's like, I'm getting my minutes. Coach, you going to put me in, coach. You going to play me, coach. I don't know what you doing, but you going to play me. That's what he was doing tonight, man, and I really like that, man. I mean, tonight was just a total team effort. I mean, we still got to get better on defense, man. I mean, we scored 149 points, but they scored 146, man. This is not normal. This is not the type of stuff that we want to do, but we all knew that Brooklyn was weak on defense. You know what I mean? We all knew that, you know what I mean? So it was kind of anticipated that this was going to be a shootout. We beat them already this season. Both games have been great, tight games, man, but we seem to have, it ain't just Brooklyn. We haven't played the Knicks yet, so I'm not just going to jump out there yet, but these last few seasons, we've been doing our thing against New York teams, man. You know what I mean? We've been doing our things, man. So, man, tonight was a great night, man. I just hope that they could keep it up. We got a full complement of players back, but that was really what it was that held us, just not had us playing the way we know we could play. You know what I mean? So, again, man, it was very promising tonight. Westbrook looked like he's back to who we know he is. And if you got as much as I love John Wall, I do. You know what I'm saying? There's no doubt about it. Anyone who knows me already know that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a real dude. Peak Wall, Wall at his best and Westbrook at his best, is no competition. What we saw tonight, that was Westbrook at his best. Man, even when he missed shots, missed easy, you know what I mean, or even turned the ball over, he hustled back, got the steal, put it right back up. You know what I mean? He's just stronger to back it down. People telling people they too small. You know what I mean? Every time he saw Durant again, I'm coming for you, dog. I ain't forget what you tried to do. I forget that snake shit you was doing. You did to me, you know what I mean? That's how he was playing tonight, man. And I love it, man. I just think every time you see Durant on the floor, he just steps his game up, man, because he looked real good tonight, man. And overall, the team looked good tonight. It was a great win, man. We really needed it, man. We really needed it. So, that's really it, man. You know what I'm saying? I love what I saw tonight. You know what I'm saying? I love what I saw tonight, man. It was an exhilarating game. And then, I almost didn't even mention the last sequence The last, you know what I mean? The last sequence for us to get the win, yo. You know what I'm saying? What? Beal hit the 3? Matthews with the steal? Give Westbrook the ball? Westbrook with the 3? Oh, man. Yo, that jump was so crazy. And on top of that, man, I was on Twitter watching. Yo, the Twitter timeline was just going crazy. You know what I mean? So, it was an exhilarating feeling, man. And it just showed we got what it takes, man. We got to go on a run. We got to go on a run. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, let me look at something real quick. I want to look at something real quick. What I want to look at right now is the standings because, you know, with what has been going on, with anything, you could look at things with a glass half full mentality or a glass half empty mentality. And I feel like I can only speak for myself, and then what I've seen on Twitter as well. You know what I'm saying? So I could speak on that too. But with what's been going on, and it's, you know, our anger, our frustration was justified. You know what I mean? But I think we had a glass half empty mentality in regards to our record, like, you know what I mean? Because we're only 4-12. You know what I mean? We're only 4-12. So, you know, that's not a good thing. But the reality is that's the glass half empty part, that we're 4-12. But the glass half full part is we're only 3 games back of the 8th seed in the playoffs, man. So, you know, we got to play better. We got to go on a run. We got to continue what we've been doing the last, Westbrook the last 2 games. But as a team, we have to carry what we did tonight moving forward. You know what I'm saying? But we're only 3 games back from the 8th seed, man. You know what I'm saying? So we got to take solace in that. Like, yeah, we're only 4-12. It ain't good, but we're only 3 games back. So we got to take solace in that. And we got to just hope that all the problems that we were having were really, and it's very plausible that this was the case, that we just didn't have enough players, because we didn't. You know what I mean? When we played New Orleans, if you watch my telecast, I was keeping it real. Bradley had the 47 that night. But I was like, who was he out there with? You know what I mean? Who he really was out there with? Like, are we serious? Do we really think he's going to win with these type players? So, you know, man, I just hope we could just carry this forward, keep it moving, keep it going, you know what I mean? And get some wins. The season is far from over, man. Westbrook looked like he just coming back, man. That looked like peak Westbrook, MVP Westbrook, man. So he keeps playing like that, man. We might give you a vote for the All-Star. You know what I mean? I might give you a vote. You ain't earned that. I saw the Wizards PR on Twitter the other night trying to tell me to vote for Westbrook for the All-Star. What? Is this a joke? You know what I'm saying? But if he keep playing like this tonight, like he did tonight, Westbrook, you got my vote, man. All right? You know what I'm saying? So apologies, man. I have been coming for you a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying? But you really must have been hurt because tonight you were vintage Westbrook, man. You were what we were anticipating, what we were looking forward to at the beginning of the season, man. Like, we weren't happy about the Wall trade, but we knew who we were bringing in. And this is who we expected that we were bringing in, what we saw tonight, man. So just keep that up, man. And Bill, I don't got to tell you what to do, man. You know what I'm saying? You Mr. Consistency, man. 25 plus like it ain't nothing, man. So, and then the team as a whole, man, Brooks, man, just keep that rotation. Have no patience for bullshit on the floor. Have no patience. They ain't playing defense, take them out like you did tonight, man. I love that, man. I love that. If you gotta take 2-3 timeouts to get your message across that you're not playing, do what you gotta do, man. I love what you did tonight, man. You showed me some coaching, man. All right? So anyway, man, yo, if you like the content, man, really, yo, I really would appreciate if you would subscribe to the Wizards Review. You know what I mean? You can follow us on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, at Wizards Review. You know what I mean? And then like us on Facebook at the Wizards Review. Follow me, King Ade DMV, on Twitter, Instagram, on Facebook, and on NBA 2K, Next Gen Series X/S. You know what I'm saying? You can find me on there in South City, in the park. You know what I mean? So that's it, man. You know what I mean? You're going to catch me next game. Hopefully we get another win. We start getting on a streak. It's early in the season, man. It was a great night, man. Great night to be a Wizards fan. We got it in us, man. We just got to be consistent about it, man. But they showed tonight that we do have a team that can compete, man. We competed with a contender. We beat a contender twice. We beat them twice. Now, they didn't have Harden. They didn't have the whole three. You know what I mean? So we got to remember that. But regardless, KD and Kyrie is no joke. And then Joe Harris, he balled out tonight, man. But we found a way to get the win. And that's all that matters. Being down as much as 18 points to come back, get the win. I mean, it's very, very, very great game. Very good effort, man. So, again, man, follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube, all right? See you next game, man. It's King.